Hello YouTube, Mr. Gibson Guy here. Thanks for tuning into the channel. Nice to have you out here. On my channel I do a number of different subjects, and one of them that I've been doing got a video action on is what I call the Fit Senior, because I'm a senior. I'm currently 72 years old. Trying to get here where I can see myself a little bit of my face on the monitor. So I'm scooting down to get in the picture here, so it's just not non-head. Okay, one of the things that got me going on this before I even had a YouTube channel was when I reached my early 60s. I noticed that my body started to change. I was always somebody who was pretty active, got a lot of exercise and things like that, but when you get older, you have less energy to exercise, and also your body starts kind of turning itself off and just kind of phasing yourself out. I don't know a better way to say it. Oh yeah, this is really uncomfortable. I'm going to move down here. Okay, you see me? There we go. I got a face again. Good. But in my early 60s, I noticed that I started to get a bit of a paunch around the middle, and this was very distressing to me. So I was a real walker. I would do a lot of walking, miles each day to take it off, and I could kind of trim up, but around the belly and the love handles around the back, it just is something that starts to form, and it just continues to grow, and it's really hard to do anything about it, because your body starts to make this a natural state, that you're going to have a paunch, and you're going to have love handles, and you're going to have overhang over your belt. And I was never going to be that way, and then I got in my early 60s and it just started to happen. Part of it was I had a very bad diet. I ate a lot of Marie Callender dinners and stuff that said healthy choice on it, which is anything but healthy choice, and I dealt with those until I retired. And then at 67, yeah, at age 67, just before I turned 68, I retired, and then I had some more time on my hands. So I started researching about diets and what to take, and I kind of got interested in the keto type diet. For a start, that was not the answer, but it was a shot in the right direction. And then I went on from that, and I discovered the carnivore diet. And now I kind of do my own carnivore diet, but I've been doing it for going on 2 years now, just in a couple of months, when I'm turning 73. So yeah, that's goes back a ways. And I have seen results. I finally managed to start getting rid of some of the fat, and I'm going to show you this. It's disgusting, but I'll show you in the video. I've been able to start to draw down and eliminate the fat around the belly and the love handles. And it's not easy. It's not easy, and basically, as you hear the explanation, it is when you reach your 60s, your body starts to really decrease. You really start to see a notable decrease in your testosterone levels and a big increase in your estrogen levels. Now this is for the guys, of course. Ladies, it's a little bit different. Ladies actually have the opposite problem. They start developing too much testosterone and not enough estrogen. So it's like our bodies just have this automatic well, we're going to phase you out, sort of a thing, and this is how they do it insidiously, how it kills itself off, and what you can do to stop that. So I have had some successes now. I've been working on this project for a long time, but I finally gotten to where I think I really can see the difference, where I've seen the results, and I'll show you the results on it too. First, I'm going to show you exercise, and I do a number of different exercises: weight resistance training, calisthenic exercises, running. I started this last summer doing a lot of running, and I was running 2 to 2.5 miles every day. And at 72, that's pretty good for getting started. And even part of it's uphill. Slight grade difference, but it makes a difference. And I'll talk about diet a little bit here, but I want to just take you through and show you some things. And I'll just say up in front that I'm not doing endorsements of products. I'm going to show you a couple of things that I have used which have helped me, and not as much as I would love for it to have, but things that when you do it faithfully and you keep it up for a period of time and you add in the exercise and the diet and everything, put it together, you start to actually reduce the belly fat around your middle. So let me start with this exercise. I don't think you're going to see much of my head for this. Let's see, part of it. All right, so this is an exercise that I do, and I'm going to do a full set, which means 50 repetitions, and I'm doing that on here to show you that I really do it. 1, 2, get them all the way up, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, got to really lift, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, halfway, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, and 50. Now, you can feel that all through here, and right in the inner thighs, you can really feel that when you get up to 50. Now you do 5 sets of those, do 55 times, for a total of 250, and some other exercises that we throw in. But that's the one that I wanted to show you here for that. Now, let me mention the other things, because there's more to it than that. I talked about diet, and I told you I'm on the carnivore diet, eating mostly meat, but I'll outline exactly how my diet goes. What I do is I'm in my 70s, so I'm retired, and for those of you who are in your 70s, you probably have some time that you can do this stuff, fit it into your day and make it a daily practice. What I do, I like to do it first thing in the morning when I get up, and I kind of look forward to it, and it's get out of bed and start doing exercise, which can be several different things, but one of the exercises I showed you. But the other thing is about the schedule of your day, and that is that I get up and do my exercises early. Then I have a late breakfast, which is usually run back to 11, something like that. Because I'm retired, I can do that. So I have gotten in a full workout. I might walk to the park, run 2 miles or 2.5 miles, and then walk back. And it's a little over an hour to do that. And it's a pretty good exercise between the walking and the running. And then it may be out to the weight room and lift weights one day. Try to keep it up so you have, every once in a while you take a day off, like one day a week, but try to keep pretty steady all week long on doing exercises and keeping up with the different parts of the body you want to work out with. But keeping the exercise going and pushing yourself is what's going to give you increased stamina so that you can do these things. You don't just do like, all right, I just did 50, I'm done for the day, because you need to do more exercise than that, or you need to work up to doing more exercise than that. Walk a mile, walk 2 miles, do some weights. Another one that I just did a video on was my new pull-up bar indoors. I can put it right on the door to the bathroom, and I can do pull-ups right here in the house, right outside my bedroom. And you know, I do, what am I doing? I'm doing 5 pull-ups. Well, never mind that. That's different. But let me talk about these other things. I have taken various supplements that I've found online or stuff that I read about, and I have a bunch of 7 or 8 different bottles of vitamins and stuff that I take. Magnesium, calcium, stuff like that. I don't take B vitamins. I take a multivitamin and zinc and stuff like that. So I have those that I take, which basically they help you to have the strength to do your workout every day instead of saying, oh, I'm getting old, I'm getting tired, I can't do this. But we want to do that, and you have to keep it up regularly. So I get the schedule up to about 11, I make my breakfast, and for breakfast, pretty much all the time, I have what's my favorite meal of the day, which is 3 fried eggs, 2 slices of ham, some chopped up beef jerky in little pieces sprinkled on top of the eggs, and a couple slices of Swiss cheese on it. And that makes my, and a mug about this big of watered down Ocean Spray unsweetened grapefruit juice. Now, I don't know, unsweetened grapefruit juice is my favorite, and where I live here in Central Florida, we have a really good aquifer of the water. It comes down from the northern states and comes down underground and comes back up when it reaches the sea level here in Central Florida. And so I mix in half the grapefruit juice and half just tap water, which is spring water where we live. The water's so good because there's all springs all around here, and freshwater springs. And that gives me, it's the grapefruit juice, unsweetened grapefruit juice is reconstituted from syrup, and it has a little bit of a syrupy taste, but I mix it half and half with spring water, and it makes the grapefruit juice really refreshing tasting. And it's hard to drink it without the water after you get used to it. It doesn't taste thin. Grapefruit juice is a pretty strong flavor, but you know, they say don't drink fruit juices because it's just filled with sugar. And I guess grapefruit juice is filled with sugar. They don't have any added contents to it. It's just grapefruit juice. and unsweetened. I guess it has some sugar in it, but you sure don't taste it. And it is kind of an acquired taste. My dad loved grapefruit juice, so I started drinking it as a kid, and wow, he used to call it battery acid, but once you get used to it and you start drinking grapefruit juice, a big glass of, or a medium glass of grapefruit juice with water is really refreshing to have for breakfast. So much for juice, but that's my theory on fruit juices, because generally anything that says fruit on it is a no-no. It's nothing but pure sugar, and I try to really limit my sugar intake. One of my favorite meals is you get one of these Carl Boudig little plastic containers that have ham or roast beef or chicken or turkey, meat, all sliced up into thin slices. And I usually get like one with roast beef in it, and I'll roll up like 8 or 10 slices of, or 12 slices of roast beef and put them around on a plate. And then I take some barbecue sauce and put it over it, and I warm it up in the microwave for 30 seconds. And it makes a really, I call it a meat pizza. And maybe I should go in the kitchen sometime and do some of my recipes for things like that. But it's pretty quick to make and easy to clean up, and it's like that. And sometimes I might have some a bowl of broccoli, because I keep some frozen broccoli in the freezer for stuff that I make like that. But I'm going to show you this is what I use for barbecue sauce. This is called GU's, and it's sugar-free barbecue sauce. It's not really sugar-free. It does have a low content of sugar in it, and hopefully you can find this at your local grocery store. I get it at the Winn-Dixie, which is right down the street from my house, but it comes in original and hot and spicy and different flavors. But this makes it palatable to eat that roast beef and have a little yummy taste to it anyway. So it does say just a hint of sugar, so I take them at their word on that. The other part of the equation, and I'll finish up with this one. This is also, I'm not endorsing and I'm not supported. This is not a commercial or anything. I'm just telling you my own experience. Is the supplement, and several supplements that I have come across in different places, some reading on the internet, some going to health food stores and looking up stuff, and just seeing what I can find. And what happens, first I found this stuff about 6 months ago or something like that, and these are different things here. This stuff is called TMG, and both of these things I'm going to show you, they are compounds which are supposed to induce you getting rid of estrogen and making your body produce more testosterone. So they're two different things from two different companies, but I've come to the conclusion that they're the same thing. This is from Life Extensions, and it's called TMG. TMG, I'm sure you can see that. And when I came across something about this, and I thought, well, this sounds really good. I'm going to get some of this stuff and try it out. And there was several different people that had videos on YouTube about this. And so I went to the local health food store and I bought a bottle of it. And I hadn't seen stuff like this before, that it ends up, they have you taking like 3, 4, 5 tablets spread out during the day. And you really kind of saturate yourself with it. And so I was taking it, and after the first couple of weeks I just noticed I started getting some more definition, which meant that the blubber was starting to dissipate, that had been collecting around the middle for a long time, for years. And so I felt good about it, and I kept it up. I would increase the dose some more. And then I started having these reactions to it. And what happened to me was that I would take some and I would exercise on an empty stomach, and then I'd get near the end of the exercise, like if I'd walk and run and walk back home again, and I'd be walking home and it would just sort of hit me like a brick wall, and I would be like just ready to lie down in the road. I could barely put one foot in front of the other, and fortunately it was downhill the last few steps, and I made it home, and I went inside and I drank some water, and I just got like this flush feeling, like I was just like I just woke up or something like that. I just I can't move, and I get really dizzy, and I quick have to go sit down in a chair, and I'd be stuck in the chair for 10 or 15 minutes trying to, just kind of putting your head down, trying to get your head to stop spinning. And I would go to the cabinet, because this is exercising before eating, so it was on an all night. I do my eating at lunch, dinner time, and that's it, and there's no other eating, and except maybe in between the breakfast and the dinner. I will allow myself to snack then, but it's basically a 16 to 18 hour fast every day, and that's my eating schedule. And my exercise comes at the end, because I want to really make sure that I'm not running off any food that I ate, because that's all long gone, and I'm just having to draw the energy reserves out of what my body has stored in fat. And so I started getting those results, but then I started getting these reactions, and I had that happen a couple of times. I would go to the cabinet and get some beef jerky and quick eat that, and that would start to bring me around, because it was like putting protein into your stomach right away, and your body has been trying to find something to run off of, and it like doesn't want to use the fat. You have to induce it, so you can start wearing stuff down, but you really feel it. So I held up with the TMG, and I started to just like take it once or twice a week and try to keep the results going, or not have it go backwards and start putting fat back on. I didn't want to do that. And I just kind of made up my own little dosage of just barely taking some, so that I had some in my system. And I had run out of the first bottle. I was on my second bottle. And then I saw this other stuff, and this was some stuff pushed by Mark McCullers. He's been done videos for people that are old, and he's 10 years younger than I am, so I'm like, okay, yeah, Mark, you can see if you can do what I do when you get there. We'll see. But he does this stuff. It's called Cestro Greens Max, and it's from Live Anabolic, this stuff here. And I started taking this stuff, and it was the same thing, where they start giving you the higher dosage, where you're having 3 or 4 or 5 tablets a day. And so I took it, I started getting some results, and then I had the very same thing happen to me. When I get too stretched out and too much of a fast, my body can no longer take it, and it kind of reacts violently to that. So I thought, they say 2 different things, but the dosage is the same, and the side effects are the same. So I thought, you know what I'm going to do? This one I could get at the health food store for $11 or something like that. This one I had to buy online, and it was like $60 or something. So what I do is I rotate them back and forth. Take one day, or so that I end up getting 2 or 3 tablets a day, and 1 at night, and 2 in the daytime, 1 at night. So I have a kind of keep up my level, but it's 2 different things going on, but they seem to be doing the same thing. So put them together, and they seem to work. And I have not finished where I want to be so far. I'm still Here, I'm going to show you this. This is kind of gross, but let's see if the light's good enough you can see it. I still like have this circle right around the navel where I have the fat that's still kind of there in the middle, and you can see it's still kind of paunchy here, right around here, and then it gets less paunchy here, and then it gets pretty thin right up here. And if you go down here, it's always very thin skinned here. I don't have there, but it stays thin all the way back up to here, and then it starts getting a little bit more tubby, and this used to be a big handle here, but now there's just a little bit of it. And down below, it's just very, very thin skin, and up above, the skin is getting very thin. That means there's not much fat underneath the skin. So that's been the result here. Really, really thin and really thin until it gets back here, and then it just starts to bulge a little bit, and there's hardly any there. So that's been the result with this, and that was the result that I hoped for. The way I have been going downhill with the fat, getting it under control, I figure I have, this is the beginning of November that I'm doing this video. I think by the first of the year, I suspect I'm going to get rid of the last bits of blubber that are still hanging on here, because it's wearing down. There's not much of it if I just keep up this same diet and these pills. And then from there, everybody talks about how they do the cutting when they want to get down to just showing muscle and not getting rid of the fat that's there, that when you build up you get a bunch of fat also. But I'm going to try to just keep this level where I get rid of this fat and I don't let it come back. And I am encouraged because I have gotten rid of so much of it that the muscle lines start to show up through it. And that's going to be my goal on it. I've just kind of lived this diet that, 2 meals a day, and it's basically kind of a keto diet, but you just cut out the carbs. And you know what? If you like pizza, you can have it on your birthday. And if you want to have it again, have it on your next birthday. So, see, you can have pizza on this diet too. Cut out the sweet stuff. There's still going to be a little bit here and there because it's going to be in food, but basically I make my food, and I don't go to restaurants. I don't, I'd like to, but I just don't do it because I'm used to the food that I eat, and the few dishes that I make, and I don't lose out because I go out and party and eat a bunch of fat stuff and gooey stuff and sugary stuff and carbohydrate stuff, and go back to a bloated belly again. So if I don't eat that way, then it doesn't come back. So that's the idea. Okay, I talked too long on this. I cut the top of my head off. Hey there. So if you found anything useful on this and information you can use, drop a note down below in the comment section. And thanks for sharing this video, clicking it, giving it a like, and telling all your friends about this. Until the next time, this is Mr. Gibson Guy, and I'm out of here.